So let's start with the negative for the end of the 2051 season, shall we? Youth intake. Youth intake. Best player, central defender. He's not the worst, but he's never going to play for the club. This was the 2051 youth intake. Let's move on. So the 2051 season is over, and I want to thank everyone for the continued support. Now, I've just got the recap for last week on YouTube, and so we had 18 comments throughout the 8.3 thousand views I got on the channel last week. So I want to just set a little bit of a challenge that people watching this, if you're watching it on TV, please pick out your phone, go to my channel, open the video, then just comment below. If you're watching on your computer, phone, anything, please comment below. Just comment I'm watching, comment an opinion. Later on in the video, if there's something that interests you, comment again. Let's see if we can get more than 20 comments on this video alone. That's my request. Now you can see, by the way, we are losing money again this season. People have said go crazy with the spending. Now I will confirm, going into next season, we do have a 40 million Wonder Kid signing set. But I can't throw a load of money just at signings and not sell anyone. Because unfortunately, we would end up getting banned from the Champions League for financial fair play. And the problem we have is we only have, after this season, 7 seasons left. Before I take my little break before FM24. So, yeah, it's finding that balance. But I do feel like we are moving in the right direction. So going through our Champions League games so far, then we start off with a 3-1 victory over Blackburn in the group, with Yella getting 2 and David Silva on the score sheet as well. Now that was followed up with a defeat away from home in Germany to RB Leipzig. Mufasa with the goal for us, unfortunately going home with no points. Now we did then bounce back against Rosenborg at home, 16, Mufasa and Makengo on the score sheet for us, 3-1 victory, second 3-1 victory in the 3 games, so us gets 6 points from 9. Then we came up against Rapid Wien and we showed why we are a class above these type of teams with a 6-0 victory. An own goal got the game going before Mufasa got 3, Makengo from the penalty spot and Hjella in the second half making it 6. We did then have a proper goal-scoring Barney against Chelsea in London. 4-3 defeat, unfortunately. Hjella, Makengo and Freestad on the score sheet for us, but we did go home with no points. So that's 3 wins, 2 defeats so far. And I guess the sad thing is we end the 2051 campaign in the Champions League with a defeat away to Newcastle. Sorry, at home to Newcastle. Mufasa with 2 goals. Unfortunately, they scored to win it in the 88th minute. Very upsetting. You could see we did go down 10 men in the 86th minute. Did that cost us the win? Potentially. Did it cost us the point? Potentially. Did we lose? Yes. It's frustrating, I would say. We sit in 15th place, won 3, lost 3, 18 goals conceded, 9 points. I think one more win in the last 2 games would see us go through. We do have, I think, was it Arsenal and then Basel, or was it Arsenal? It was Arsenal away at the Arsenal Stadium, which... Is it the Emirates? Why is it called Arsenal Stadium on my screen, not just Emirates? Whatever. And then St. Jacob Park against Basel. So hopefully, I'm probably marking that Basel game as the win. Hopefully we can get a win in one of them 2 games. Now, one thing to point out is we've actually lost the cup. We lost to Vesta. I did put out a heavily rotated side, but a side that should have won. And we just didn't turn up. It's very frustrating because the cup is the only competition we've not won the most of. HB have won 28 and we have won 22. So we're now 6 away with 7 seasons left, but whatever. Now, one thing I did wonder is because we won the Europa League, how many points do we have now? We have 476. it's very upsetting. You can see 28 domestic divisions, 22 cups, 1 Europa League, and yet we still just, yeah. It's like when you look there, 1 other competition, 10 and 15 for Jockstein. Yeah, they were better competitions. But like here, Bob Paisley, 6, 3 and 5. Champions League, okay. Let me pick someone who's not absolutely smashed us, shall we? Like here, 16 Scottish titles, 14 Scottish Cups. So many more points than the Faroe Islands. Our league is better now. We should just be nice to us. So in terms of this, then, we're still quite far off that one. Nation-wise, we're obviously flying ahead. 308. And nationality-wise, we're 467, obviously way ahead. But yeah, hopefully next year, if we do go to Turkey, which it's looking like the points would be better, this is a screen we might actually look at more. So in terms of the league, we did go unbeaten in the league, won 23, drew 4, and we did slip up a few times near the end of the season with these draws. I think we were putting heavily rotated sides out, just trying to see how we could do and rest people for these Champions League games. So our top goal scorer was Mufasa with 33, McKengo with 29, and Yellow with 24. Also double figures for 16 as well, but Mufasa and McKengo just banging in the goals together there. In terms of assists, Yellow with 21, so 24 goals, 21 assists, 14 for 16. Zoega from right back with 12. McKengo with 11 playing the attack midfielder. Killstrip with 10 from left back, and Sterler defensive mid with 10. Then also you can see here, Freestyle, one of our newer players, with 7 assists. 4 games in the league, 6 assists. So he's definitely hit the ground running. And he is definitely someone who hopefully for the last 7 seasons will be a big name within this series. So let's not forget Freestyle, unless in the next episode we rename him. But all in all, our team's looking decent. I do like this tactic. I would like to maybe piece together a more defensive version of it going into next season. I think defensively we're a little bit weak. Maybe a position we need to look to strengthen. Kenneth Nielsen did make a couple of mistakes near the end of the season. Decisions of 14, composure of 11 maybe let him down. Agility of 9 as well might have let him down, and that might have forced them mistakes. But maybe he's going to drop to more of a backup going into next season. But he's definitely a very good player. And definitely, if he does become a backup, a very good backup compared to what we had. But that is one of the options I'm looking at. A few players I wanted, Hiela, McKengo, Mufasa. But I would like to hold on to a lot of them. So we'll see how things go. I don't really want to have F1 pissed off of me. But at the same time, I would like to hold on to people. National team-wise, a very up and down year. Started against San Marino, 2-0 victory away from home with Rigsetta getting both goals. Rigsetta is now playing for TB, which I guess is good because it does mean he's getting football. It's in the second tier. Greece, unfortunately, a 1-3 defeat. Rigsetta did score again though there. We then played Norway at home and only lost 2-1 with 10 men, which I was fairly pleased with, to be honest with you. We then played Italy, lost 2-0. Again, another red card, but again, not the worst game. Then San Marino at home. Thorsby and Heinz came in as our striker. He is playing for Utrecht. He is playing in a higher division. Doesn't score many goals, only 3 and 34 for the national team, but I did give him a chance there. Azerbaijan at home, Hansen on the score sheet, a 1-1 draw, so unbeaten in September. Followed up with a 0-0 away to Greece, which I was happy with. A 1-0 defeat to Norway, 3-0 to Italy, and then away from home to Azerbaijan 0-0. Looking through this year, I've been really pleased with how we've kept in games. The games we've not won, we've stayed in them. A 3-0 defeat to Italy is our biggest of the year. But there's been a couple of draws, a couple of 1-goal defeats. I'm genuinely fairly pleased with how we've looked. Competition-wise, that competition is finished. So let's bring up the Group I, sorry. We finished in 5th, but we had 9 points. So we were only a point behind Azerbaijan. We were 9 clear of San Marino. So we hanging on to their mid-table sides now instead of being closer to the bottom sides. So I'm genuinely fairly pleased with how we've looked this year. Our squad as a whole, we're still playing this tactic. We've had some players drop in and out and stuff, so we do need to look at that going in next season. But our squad's looking fairly decent with Thors being centre mid. He's now playing at Scala, contracted and playing regularly in the Faroe Islands League, which is great, only 24 still. Hansen on the left. I did give this guy 2 appearances near the end of the season. He's on loan at NSI from us. Looks like he could potentially develop into something, and the campaign was over, so I gave him some football. Another player who's actually moved into our first team with AB and is getting more game time for the national team is this Paul Thomas Dalsgaard. He's come from nowhere. He came through the intake, and I wasn't overly impressed by him, but he is, I think next year you're going to see more of him. More of him actually featuring in and around the first team of AB, and definitely around the Faroe Islands team. So definitely one to look out for. We're not going to review the B team and the under-18s because, as always, they've just won the competitions. It's more going into next season, we will look at players who I think we should keep an eye on. I think I'm going to do it. But this guy, Dalsgaard, it's nice to have another academy player in and around the first team of AB because we're a very good side. We're a Champions League knockout round side year after year at the minute. So the fact we have a player who's come through the academy, getting in there, along with other people, it's just great to see. So we'll keep pushing on with the national team, ranked 134th now. It's never pushed on how I would have hoped, but yeah, we keep going. AB's getting stronger, stronger and stronger, stronger and stronger and stronger. I've been Paul, also known as the Northman, and I'll see you next season, or Monday.